All right, so welcome to today's interview. I'm super excited for this interview. It is a little bit different today. Morgan, she has been with us on the Econ Babes team for quite a while. She's actually our customer support manager, our community manager. She plays a really big role in the student success here. And she actually took it upon herself to start going through the program and start learning the information. She's been in e-commerce for years and years, and she really struggled to execute. She was never able to really scale her business and get it to that next level, even though she felt like she really knew what she was doing. She couldn't really get to that next level. And so she just took it upon herself to use the resources around her, and she has seen crazy success. She's had a $17,000 month. This month, she's going to do over $30,000, maybe even 40. I don't really want to touch on her story too much, but this is just such a great example of being able to just kind of take your business to that next level. So Morgan, thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited for you to share your story. How's it going?
I am doing great, and I'm excited to be able to share this with everybody.
Absolutely. So let's start by just talking about what your experiences or what your experience was before joining Econ Babes. If you can kind of just dive into that for us.
Yeah, so I've been in e-commerce now for probably around 5 years. I was that type of person that just started learning via YouTube and other information online. I was familiar with how to make a store and how to drive a little bit of traffic to the store, but I didn't know how to scale. I didn't know how to sustain the business. I didn't know how to do with any of the tech details. So my experience was like beginner to moderate, not anything advanced.
Cool. And what did that success look like? If you can kind of touch on how like far you were able to take those stores, like how far you're able to scale them numbers wise.
Yeah, so some of the stores I would only get them to a few $100s, a month. Some of them was a few thousand. It just depended on what I did. I would sell items for $1. I also had higher ticket stores where I sold really expensive items. So obviously I did make money, but I could never consistently make money month after month, week after week.
Cool. So, what made you decide to? I mean, because I know you're here to take care of students in the community and the support and all that. So, what made you decide to just kind of take action on the program? Because I know it wasn't me like helping you or telling you, you just started to do that. So, what was that like trigger that made you take action?
Well, a big part of me knew I couldn't relate to, everybody here in the program if I didn't know what it was like to go through the program. I had to literally feel what every student feels when they're starting from step one or they're just coming in to scale their store. Um, so yeah, I just decided to start my own store, nothing crazy. And then when I first started with Econ Babes, I literally would work the normal hours, and then after work I would go through the program just like the ladies do that join today, that work normal jobs, have normal lifestyles.
Cool. That's awesome. I like that you touched on that because I do think some people think they need all the time in the world to do something like this. And it really does start out completely part time.
Yeah, definitely.
So, you obviously know how much we really take pride in teaching women to just become a better version of themselves. That's like what we're all about here. It's not just about the money, it's about becoming a more fulfilled, happier version of yourself, like transcending into that next level. And I know that you have supported so many women along that journey, and I've seen you really evolve over the time that we've spent together. So can you talk about that, like what your personal transformation and your like mental transformation has looked like since joining us here?
Yeah, so it's like amazing to see so many people like start from zero and work their way up, but not just financially like we touched on. I literally always think I'm a know-it-all. Sometimes I feel like I don't need anyone's help. I don't need to learn anything, but that's where I've grown a lot. I realize sometimes I need to just learn new things. I need to take advice from others. I need to try new things. So I've grown a lot in that aspect. Don't ever let, in my opinion, that's like a little bit of an ego, right? We think we don't need help or we have it all figured out, and that really holds us back from success. So the way that I reached, say like the 17K last month and then almost 30K this month, the way I've gotten there was just listening to others and taking a step back from what I thought I knew.
That's awesome. So what does that look like in terms of like, can you give an example of that in terms of what you thought you knew versus what you're doing? Like, I know we teach a lot of organic and then we get into like paid advertisements once you've proven the concept. So if you kind of like pull that into it too, as to what that's looked like for you.
Yeah, so as far as what does it look like for me, like before when I thought I knew everything, I thought I knew what like a great store looked like, for example, or what great support looked like on my end. I thought I knew what good ads looked like. I thought I knew what it looked like to communicate with people as a business, you know what I mean, like how we dive into the affiliate method. I never communicated with people like that. It was just short and it wasn't, I don't know, in depth where you're growing a relationship with people in order to grow your business.
And so did you, because I know we start with teaching organic strategies. So did you like take the course and just kind of go through step by step and do the organic stuff and then get into the paid advertising? What did that journey look like?
Yeah, so as soon as I launched the store, I did do the affiliate method, but to be completely honest, I made sales from it and I still have those affiliates with me. But I wasn't like super consistent, which is a problem, right? I wasn't sending everything that I needed to send every day, so I started to get impatient. So I immediately just took what I earned and I placed it into ads just immediately. Which not everybody has to do that, but that's how I took it.
Cool. And so that was taking what you taught with like the without spending money on ads, like those strategies, you then took that money and reinvested it back into your business. So since
Hmm.
you didn't take any money out of like your pocket, it was just what you reinvested back into the business.
Exactly.
Cool. I love that. I think that's why so many women in here are so successful because we teach them how to get customers without having to spend money on advertising and then take that money, reinvest it back into the business and do exactly what you're doing. So speaking of like your success and your numbers and everything, so this month you're estimated to hit over what we're thinking like 30, 40. You're almost at 30, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so I might get close to 40K. Mhm.
Cool. I love that. Still doing this part-time, by the way, which I think is great.
Mhm.
Extremely, extremely active in the community, taking care of students all day long. And so we're very grateful for that, by the way. But what is the vision for the future? Like, where do you want to grow this thing to? Let's say 6 months from now, what do you want your business to look like in terms of like just the brand and the income? If you could talk to us about that a little bit.
Yeah, so I have an athletic brand, so I want to be the brand that everyone talks about. Everyone's wearing my products, and that's what people think of immediately when they see like that pair of leggings or anything athletic related. That's what I see in 6 months.
Cool. Do you have an idea of what you want the income to look like?
Like $1 million brand.
Okay, so like
Yeah.
at least $80,000 months, $100,000 months.
Yes, big months.
Cool. Awesome. Okay, cool. Now, in terms of advice that you have for people, because you know, being the manager in the group, there's a lot of women that they make a lot of excuses or they're scared. They're not sure if this is going to happen for them, or they just get too caught up listening to their friends or their family, their spouse, whatever, and they never really take action and fully commit. So for that person that wants to join Econ Babes or that just wants to go all in with this, but they're on the fence, what word of advice would you have for that person?
I would say just do it. Whenever you have a gut feeling or you want to try something new, especially when it comes to money, you need to do it. You should never listen to anyone. I don't care if it's your friend, your mom, anybody. You need to just do it. You'll never get to where you want to be in life listening to the opinions of others. So if you signed up, you need to take action and you also need to understand that business is work. Not everybody's gonna make 30K their first month. You know what I mean? I opened up my store a few months ago. Not everybody has it overnight. So be patient with yourself, but be consistent. And when things don't work, you just take a step back and you make some changes. Um, that's the best advice I can give.
Well, thank you so much. I absolutely love your story, and I just love that you really just make it happen. You do work a lot, I know, because you work with me, and so I see how much you are working on just building Econ Babes and helping all of the students, and yet you, sorry, that was my dog, and yet you still like make the time to make this business for yourself. And so we are all very grateful to have you and all this knowledge that you now have. I know you're going to help so many more women as you continue to grow your business. So thank you so much, Morgan, for being here and for being a really big part of what we do.
Yeah, thank you. It's been a pleasure. I love everybody.
Awesome.